I'm just kidding. We're in lockdown here in London and there's absolutely no way for me to go vlogging. But what I'm going to show you today is what's in my backpack. All right, guys. Yeah, that was fun. But yeah, I'm not going vlogging. Vlogging. I'm not going vlogging anywhere. So instead, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go through the contents of this bad boy. This is my vlogging bag, and today I'm gonna show you what I would carry if I was to go vlogging and what I usually carry in my bag when I'm kind of going out to my parents or whatnot. First, let's take this off and loosen this because I am very warm. It's warm inside. It's cold outside, but it's warm inside. So let's start with the bag. This is a Canon Concept camera bag. I mean, it's a very basic Canon Concept camera bag from Amazon. I bought it for, I think it was about 30 something pounds on Amazon during Black Friday deals. So pretty good. You know, it's a very good sturdy bag. It's not hard back, but it does have this kind of padding all around it, which means that everything kind of stays stays protected and padded. So let's start with the outer contents of the bag. I do carry around with me all the time this tripod, and this is a very cheap, relatively cheap Photo Pro FY583 apparently, mini tripod. It's got very kind of mini legs. It's very handy to have around because not only can it kind of extend to a pretty long pretty long length. I mean, it's a bit thin, but at the same time, it's also small and compact enough that I can hold this out with the camera on top and use it for vlogging. It's very good. It's got a very good kind of grip. So this is actually my first ever tripod that I bought years back, and I used this for ages on my YouTube channel before I started, before it became a tech channel, to do Yu-Gi-Oh videos with Yu-Gi-Oh deck tutorials and deck profiles, that's what they're called, to do Yu-Gi-Oh deck profiles with. So yeah, I've got this as my tripod that I kind of take pretty much everywhere with me, especially if I've got my camera gear in here. That's it for the kind of outer edges. I mean, yeah, let's look at the kind of outer side. Here I've got this thing has a compartment, this bag has a compartment for laptops or tablets or whatever it is. One of the kind of things I will take everywhere with me is my Samsung Tab, my Galaxy Tab S7. It goes wherever I go. This thing will go wherever I go. And I recently got the keyboard case with it, which I was previously wrong about, and I'm gonna do a whole video on this, but I didn't think I would need or want this keyboard case as much as I do because it's fantastic. Anyway, that's always in there. And then I usually bring my laptop, which is my MateBook, not MacBook. It's my Huawei MateBook Pro, Huawei MateBook Pro 2019 edition. This kind of always, well, not always, but this more often than none will kind of come with me. It's got this nice camo skin, black camo skin from D brand that I put all around it, and of course I've got my little branding on the bottom as well because I don't like it on the top. But this pretty much goes most of the places, especially if I know I'm going to be somewhere for a long time and I'm going to need my laptop, or you know, who knows when you need to transfer photos over or you need to do something, pop onto the laptop. It does things that obviously my Tab can't do, and that's why I like carrying both. These are essentially everyday carries for me. Alright, so up next, let's have a look at the front. There is a small compartment here at the front where I tend to keep most of my wires and stuff. So I'll keep this, very handy. This is a SD card reader plus USB extension because, I mean, it's very handy to just keep around, especially for the SD card reader. For the SD card reader, you definitely need that. And then this is very handy. Just your usual USB 3 to USB-A, USB 3, USB-C to USB-A cable, just because it's useful for connecting things up and charging. And then I've also got a pure USB-C to USB-C fast charge fast sync data cable. That's very, very helpful for transferring stuff, especially from my phone over to the laptop or the thing. Then if we go into the main compartment, you can see that it's your standard camera bag. Now the camera bag is very good. I really like this bag. Camera's flipped over. Usually I have the lens on it, but for the purposes of this video, it is set like this. This is usually how I kind of lay it out. The best thing, what I think is the best thing about this bag is that these compartments are fully modular, which means that I can kind of take off these little straps here, these little padded straps, and I can rearrange them however I want. We'll go through what's in here one at a time. I'm hoping it doesn't fall while I'm going through this, but it does also have like these compartments, netted pencil case type compartments at the front here. There's 3 compartments which I keep different things in. I'll go through those at the end, but for now let's start off with the camera that I always carry with me, more or less, is my Canon M50. This goes with me pretty much everywhere that I go. This is my absolute favorite camera because it's small, it's compact, and it's fantastic quality. Like some of the pictures and the videos I've taken with this, majority of my YouTube videos are shot with this if I'm not using the camera that I'm using there. This is my kind of everyday carry. Fantastic. So that's the Canon M50, and then with that I have a bunch of lenses. I'll go from the smallest to the biggest, I think. The smallest generally would be this one. It's the kit lens that it comes with. I generally carry the kit lens with me most places, just because it's a zoom lens. I don't use it very often, but I feel like it can be handy to have at hand because it is a zoom lens, and the kit lens on this thing is fantastic. The 15 to 45 EFM lens is just fantastic to kind of have all the time. It's a very handy lens. But talking about nifty, I also carry with me the Nifty 50. So the 50mm EF lens, which I have 2 sets of adapters for. And the reason for 2 sets of adapters I'll go through in a second. So I've got the Viltrox, speed booster, and then the Viltrox general adapter that I kind of carry everywhere with me. But this Nifty 50 is nifty as hell. Like, I love taking photos with this thing, especially when I've got the speed booster on. This takes immaculate, amazing photos. I mean, it's one of the most recommended lenses that everybody should have. I think any photographer, any videographer should have a Nifty 50 lens, just because it's so handy. The quality is so good. It's got such an open aperture. It's got an aperture of f1.8, which is fantastic. It gives you a nice bokeh, blurred background in your shots, in your videos. It's really, really good. I really like this. I really love this lens. And obviously, the Canon M50 is an EF lens, so I have to use these adapters with it. Then I also carry around with me the 22mm Pancake lens. The 22mm is fantastic. In my opinion, this is a very, very good SDM lens, and being 22mm, it gives you, when added to the camera, it basically gives you a focal length of almost 35mm. So it gives you that 35mm traditional focal length, which is why this thing on the Canon M50 or any APS-C EFM camera is so good, because it gives you that nice traditional almost 35mm look to your photos and videos. And then the last lens that I will always carry with me is probably my favorite lens of all time so far, and that is the Sigma 16mm f1.4 lens. This pretty much lives on my camera. This thing it's insane. Sigma have done a fantastic job with their f1.4 EFM trio. Like, I don't have any of the others, but I know they're great quality as well. I think there's a 30mm and a 56mm, but this 16mm is absolutely fantastic. It gives you a focal length of about 25, I think 25.6mm. I'll have it on the screen. But it is fantastic. I absolutely love how fast this lens is as well. It's got, I think it's got image stabilization in it. It allows you to focus very quickly on your subjects. It allows very crisp, good quality videos and photos, and that 1.4 aperture basically means you get that nice bokeh background as well, which photographers and videographers I know love. So as far as camera lenses go, this is probably my all-time favorite, and closing up on it is the 24mm Sigma art lens, which I have and I'm using on the camera right now that I'm filming with. These two Sigma lenses are probably my favorite, but I don't carry the 24mm with me everywhere because I don't take the camera out. It's my more kind of stay-at-home filming rig camera. Then I've got a Rode Video Micro mic, just because, you know, if I'm vlogging, if I were to be vlogging, then this is fantastic. It does the job. I have a Video Mic Pro. I have a Rode Video Mic Pro as well, but I use that for my general filmmaking, which is, you guys can kind of see up here. But other than that, this kind of goes everywhere with me, just because it's a very nifty, good quality, very good quality mic. That's all I can say about that. And in here I have these things, which I recently discovered I definitely needed, because when I went to the park a few weeks ago with my son and my family, and I was trying to shoot some nice video footage of my son running around, I realized that the sun was too harsh, and I was having to kind of up the shutter speed quite a lot in order to compensate for the amount of brightness that the camera was capturing. And so I bought these kind of nice ND filters. I've got one for the 16mm, it's a 67mm. These are both, by the way, KNF Concept variable ND filters. I've used it once while outside, and they do the job. It's basically sunglasses for your camera. It's basically sunglasses for your lenses, and I love them. I've got one for the 50mm, and then I've got one for the 16mm, which are the two lenses that I'd usually use if I were to be filming or taking photos outside. The others I would use, but like, these are my two top choice. That's why I got ND filters for those two. So I've got these kind of always with me. I keep them in the cases that they came in, just because I don't have a dedicated filter case yet. I'm planning to get one soon. One thing that I will always carry with me is this guy. This is a chunky boy, very chunky Charmast sounds like Charmander. It's a Carmast. I don't know how you would pronounce this. Portable charger. Okay, it's very powerful. It's a very big power bank. It's a 26,800 milliamp power bank. So it's a big boy. This thing holds a lot of juice, and this thing can pretty much, if I needed it to charge my tablet, power my laptop for a short while, and even charge my phone, all in one, one set of charge from this. It's very, very handy to have this, because you don't want to be running out of power on any of your devices while you're kind of out and about. All right, I think that's the main part of that, and then let's switch this over. Also, I don't know how that will go. All right, let's switch this over around here. So top compartment here, I usually keep just some kind of wipes. I've got a whole bunch of lens wipes, and then some extra adapters that I have. I've got a USB, a USB to USB-C adapter. So USB-A female to USB-C male, and then I've got the other way around. I've got the USB-C female to USB-A male, just because it's handy to have. You never know when these things come in handy. Like it's been a lifesaver to me on more than one occasion. Then I've got these KNF Concept lens wipes. That's very handy to keep around to kind of clean your stuff with, especially you don't want your lenses getting dirty. Sometimes your glasses, sometimes your phone, whatever it is, you don't want them getting dirty. In here, I tend to keep a spare dummy battery. I keep a spare dummy battery with me because I haven't bought extra batteries for my M50, and I feel like I should. But for the time being, what I do is I keep a dummy battery with me, and then I've got this USB adapter, which goes into the dummy battery, and then I can use this directly off of the portable charger to power my M50 if I need to, especially if it's on the tripod. I can probably hook this up, just chuck it in my pocket, and it will kind of reach if I'm vlogging or if I'm taking photos, and I'm not having to kind of move the camera too far away from me. It's very, very handy thing to have. on me until I get replaceable batteries for the M50. You always want to keep spare power because you don't want to be running out when you're out and about. I think this is a very good alternative to having batteries. I think even if I did get more batteries, I would still carry one of these with me all the time. Here I've got, I don't know why this is in here actually, but it's a capture card. It's a HD capture card because apparently if I ever need to use my camera for a Skype call while I'm out, then I can hook it directly up to this and it will do the job. So that's that. And then I always have this high power, it's a U-Green plug. It's a USB-C plug, and it's a PD fast charger basically. And this thing can charge, again, if I've got access to a plug, this thing can charge my devices pretty fast. This thing can power my laptop as well. So, and it's much smaller than the laptop charger that comes with the laptop. So it's very handy having this because it's a fast charger, so it charges everything up pretty good. Then in the final compartment, I've got my camera strap, to which I've kind of attached these little clips, which is why I've got the dangly things on my camera. Like this can just kind of attach very easily to the camera. I can take it on and off without having to, and it kind of stays on, keeps my camera secured to my neck, which if anybody yanks on will probably strangle me to death. I have this little clamp, which is also very helpful. You can pretty much clamp anything to this, and this clamps onto pretty much anything. It will clamp on relatively well to the, well, let me see if I can show you. It'll clamp onto the leg of this tripod as well. So if I want to mount anything extra onto the tripod, then I've got the clamp that you can do that with, and then you've got more threads here that you can clamp extra things to it. And the final thing that I carry is an additional accessory mount, an additional mount kind of adapter thingy, and this can mount to the top of my camera like that. So if I want to pop on a light on top of that or something like that, it's just it's again a handy thing to just kind of have in the camera bag. That was my what's in my camera bag video, what's in my tech bag or my gear bag video. I hope you guys enjoyed that, guys. If you want to see more similar kind of videos, well, I say similar kind of videos, you're probably not going to get another what's in my bag video for another year or so. If things change, if I decide to upgrade certain things in here or change around what I actually carry around with me, or change the bag or something, and then I'll do an updated video. But otherwise you probably won't see an exact same kind. But if you want to see more videos about tech, gaming, reviews, unboxings, streaming, whatever it is, then do make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, if you so wish to do so. And if you like my content, then that would be very helpful, and a like on the video would be very helpful as well. If you did like the video, if you didn't like the video, you can hit the dislike button, but twice. You can hit the dislike button twice, and that'll be very helpful as well. And if you want to talk to me about any of those things that I mentioned as well, then you can head on over to Twitch, where I stream at least once or twice a week, and we can catch up there, because I spend a lot of time just talking to my viewers about randomness. It can be tech related, it can be not tech related, it can be deep questions about life, or answers about coronavirus and how it works and why you should be getting the vaccine, especially if you're in the UK. People, get the vaccine, get it done. It's good for you. Trust me. I work in the field. It's good for you. Until next time, everybody. Guy24 signing out. Wow, I'm so tired after that. Super tired. Extremely tired. I think I'm gonna go sleep now. Yeah. I'm just gonna leave all of this here. I'm just gonna go sleep. Bye bye.